We are here today to talk about the Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. I'm John Michael Warren. We are here today with Jerry Anderson. Let me ask you, Jerry, I'm changing topics here. I keep hearing the 10 essentials as far as benefits to this new insurance plan that's being rolled out. What are they?
Every single plan, it doesn't matter whether you have an individual plan or whether you have an employer-sponsored plan, every plan has to cover the same 10 essential benefits. The first one is what they term ambulatory patient services. Think of it as a doctor visit. It might be a trip to an urgent care center, or it could even be a same-day an outpatient surgical center. The second one has to do with emergency services. This is simply emergency room visits. That has to be covered. Third, hospital coverage has to be covered. These are covered in most plans right now, so there's nothing particularly new about these. But then we come to the fourth one. That's maternity coverage. Maternity coverage is mandatorily, and it has to be included in every single plan. Typically, it's covered on an employer plan, but in Arizona, individual plans, for the most part, don't cover maternity. So this is a huge new benefit. The fifth one is also a new benefit in terms of mental health. Mental health and substance abuse disorders are now covered as any illness. That means that there are no limitations on what those benefits are. They're covered the same as everything else.
Understood.
Prescriptions. Prescription drugs have to be covered under every plan. Typically, you'll find that covered under every plan today.
Okay.
Then we come to rehabilitative and habilitative services and devices. Now, rehabilitation, most people are familiar with. That would be, think of it as physical therapy. You blow your knee out, and you have to go in for some physical therapy afterwards.
Okay.
That's covered with no limitations. Habilitative services, that's a tougher one. To keep things simple, let's think of it as essentially behavioral therapy. Very broad. This could cover any number of things, but a definition might, if you think in terms of autistic children, the therapy they receive would be covered under Obamacare. A lot of times that is not covered right now.
All right.
Or it might have to do with a brain injury and the type of services they get for that. Then we come to laboratory services. Could be blood work, could be a biopsy. That has to be covered under every plan.
Mm-hmm.
Preventive services. This is an improvement over what the plans used to be. They would include an annual physical, well-woman exam, mammogram, prostate exam, as well as colonoscopies. These are all covered at 100% with no cost share. In other words, you don't pay anything at all for your preventive care.
Okay.
And one thing they just added was if you have a colonoscopy and they actually find a polyp, that polyp, the removal of that polyp is now considered to be part of the colonoscopy. Before this, that was subject to your deductible. Finally, the 10th essential benefit has to do with pediatric services. So for children, they have all the same benefits that we've already described, plus they're adding in vision and dental care. We're still waiting on some details in terms of everything that will be covered, but we do know that an annual eye exam is covered as well as at least biannual dental checkups and cleanings.
Well, you certainly have helped us to understand a very complex topic today, Obamacare. And Jerry Anderson, I'd like to thank you. Coming up with regards to Obamacare, what are mental levels and how do they relate to my plans?